which is the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion by Tyson, second by Craig. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed would be nay. That is approved. Item 8, school board committee report. Well, let's start with our April 10th, 2024. Go for it, Craig. The last meeting. April 10th.
That's today.
Today,
Right?
yeah.
Okay, well,
Our last meeting. Have at it.
a number of things, right?
Yep.
Talked about our budget update, went through that. We went through our building project referendum, what we want to do next steps there potentially. Reviewed Fund 46. We're now skipping the negative aided, district. Reviewed our debt prepayment option. What we need to do next there. Then we had our administrative reports, and then we had our community ed report. Wow, keep going. Then we talked about our 24-25 health insurance renewal options. So just touched on that a little bit. I think we're in a good spot there. And then reviewed staff compensation recommendation for next year.
Strong
I
work.
think that's it.
Alright. Item B is student rep report. Gavin and Emma.
You want to start?
Sure. We had the pre-ACT and the ACT on March 28th. A lot of student feedback on the new configurations on getting them ready for that. They had a lot of like wing time for specialized, classes like math and reading. Registration for the next school year has started, and from the announcements that happened during the day is a lot of kids that aren't doing their work. So please come to the office with your computer. Solo and ensemble was at Siren yesterday. I did not go, but I heard it went great.
We had Osceola ensemble. We had 2 middle schoolers audition for but perform at the high school level. Both of them made it to state this year, which is incredibly amazing. So it's Chase Onley and Hazel Wicklund. So congrats to them, because that's extremely challenging and very impressive. So
Jazz Fest is April 19th and 20th. I'm not sure where that is.
I have it right here. That is at UW Eau Claire. So that is a small little festival for the jazz band that they go to, get critiqued by judges, then get a score afterwards, see how they can improve, which is great for the students to, kind of be able to get some evaluation from other than AT. AT is a great band instructor, but sometimes that outside opinion is really helpful. And then we have that OHS band concert on the 29th. I want to really quickly go back to the pre-ACT and ACT, because I think student feedback is really important when we have new configurations and new changes. Because in previous years, at least I know for me, I never had a pre-ACT on the day of the ACT. I always had school off that day. But what I've heard is that a lot of people are really, as much as we hate tests, they're really grateful for the opportunity to have those practice experience, getting them ready for the ACT, but also with the workshop that was afterwards. I, after the ACT, was able to leave right away and go home. But this year, there was that workshop afterwards. I heard from a lot of students that was very helpful. The people who utilized it were feeling a lot more confident about classes next year, which was really important to kind of see that feedback from the high school community. For our social category, we had the Lionheart experience. As a student who watched it, it was really, really cool. It's not an experience that we see very often. It's a very rare opportunity where students will go down to the gym and get to participate in rap songs and basically have a live concert in front of them. But I think the message that we got was really supportive from the students especially, although we were a relatively dead crowd that day, that early in the morning, I heard a lot of students really appreciated that experience and really enjoyed having that opportunity. Next week,
Don't you wonder how many people went out and followed them on Instagram?
yeah,
That's what I want.
Well-
Well, it was immediate, as soon as they said all their information,
Yeah.
all, you know,
Yeah,
so.
everyone's.
yeah, well, at tennis, we have a tennis playlist, that we play through the speakers, and we added a lot of their songs to our playlist, and so it was definitely well received.
Do you know why I was called Women Heart?
Why?
There might be a connection to
Oh,
Detroit.
One really cool thing about that is the leader was a teacher, and so the people that served with him were his former students, I just thought that was
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah,
And this was also a Polk County grant that funded it for all the local high schools, so that was another powerful piece, because planning a concert for a whole high school is not a super easy, fun thing to do.
Yeah.
And pivoting when they show up at the wrong time.
Yeah, they came early too, that was.
That happens.
Yeah.
So did they do all the schools in Polk County on the same day or in a couple days?
I think they did us
Two
this
schools.
morning and we did
Yeah.
St. Clair Falls.
It's pretty cool, and to have it be cost.
Yeah.
Only academic time.
yeah, but, so overall, I think a lot of people, although during the performance, and vocally share, secretly, they really liked that performance. I hadn't heard a single negative thing about it, so that was very positive. Oscar and student representative, for the board nominations have been sent out to high school students. So the elections for that and the appointments will be during the third week of May. And then the 8th grade is coming over this Friday to watch Little Shop of Horrors, but right before that, I think the Oscar representatives will go out and discuss the application for next year, what it means to be on Oscar, what we do, and how important it is to the school, and then offer them the chance to apply if they'd like. Little Shop of Horrors, the musical is gonna be during April 14th, or April 11th through the 14th. They, again, have been working extremely hard on putting that, I know, like my younger brother's in it, and it's constantly, hey, can you go pick Chase up, and you're like, why is he still at the school, it's 8:30, and so they're putting in a lot of really hard work into that, and I think that'll be great, and 8th grade will be attending that on the 12th. Prom is the 20th, so prom ticket sales have been in the announcements, I know, cause I read them every single day, and so those have been going really well. It's casino themed this year, which is really cool. We have a lot of people in the art department working on decorations, so we have people creating casino chips and a bunch of things kind of as decorations for Grand March, which is super exciting. The speech team goes to state April 19th, so the day before prom. And so just to congratulate those people, we have the seniors, Kenny Lancaster, Ava Turney, Jonathan Rosenbush, and myself. Juniors, Tommy Fogelsang and Ella Shenander, and then sophomores, Eden Gilliland. So big congratulations to those to those people, because it's not an easy feat. You have to get nearly perfect scores to go to state, and a majority of people got that, which is extremely impressive. And then last thing for the social aspect is Jonah Landgreen, Josie Mork, and Jackson Anderson participated in the 10th annual Forensic Accounting Competition last month at Lakeland University in Plymouth, Wisconsin. And they performed extremely well for the first year participating. So.
For athletics, powerlifting went to nationals, April 4th through the 6th. We had 2 lifters choose to compete in the USA Powerlifting High School Championship in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, I'm pretty sure. Addie Newman and Noreen Martin. Noreen competed on Friday in the 105-pound weight class with a 135-pound squat, 100-pound bench, and a 260 deadlift, totaling in 490 pounds, which is almost 5 times her body weight. And she got 4th place. And then Addie competed Saturday. She finished 15th with a 225-pound squat, 94-pound bench, and a 308 deadlift. Special thanks to volunteer assistant coach Jordan Census? Census? Okay. For driving down to Baton Rouge to coach the athletes. And then spring sports are in full swing: tennis, softball, golf, soccer, track, and baseball.
So just touch on those sports a little bit. I know a lot of these teams, starting out is really tough, especially after, not being able to participate as much in the winter, just because a lot of these sports are outdoors. But I want to talk about the tennis team just this smidgen, because that's what I know the most about. We have a brand new full coaching staff this year with two assistant coaches, which we don't normally have in the season. We normally have one assistant with one head coach. That configuration has been going very, very well. It's really nice to, with a bigger team, split up those practices to handle it most efficiently. It is looking like the tennis team is going to be having a great season this year. With undefeated people on the team, and it looks like they're going to continue out that season pretty well. With Mark Omley as the new head coach, it's definitely a transition, but it's been a really, really great one having him as the coach this year, just because he's insanely knowledgeable and having a great year already.
Did he pay you to say that?
What?
Did he pay you to say that?
Yeah. Currently being. No. Yep, just went through, so we're all good. So.
Thank you.
How many days left do you guys have?
Approximately 36 days, 22 hours, and 42 minutes. Yeah, just a random guess.
And then price of cries, every time.
I arrived before then, to be honest.
Alright, questions for our student reps? Last meeting next time? Is that the end of April? Is that their last meeting? Anybody know?
I don't know.
I'll probably, they come
Yeah, I
in
think-
July.
Yeah, I think.
She's really gonna have to fight.
Through 2030, so. All right, item 9, improving our academic achievement with accountability through data-driven practices, the 2024 spring election results.
So
Take it away.
Canvassers last year, sometime on April,
I don't know why you're letting her.
what was the date?
So we met on Thursday.
April 4th. I knew it
Last
was
Thursday.
Thursday, I didn't know the date. It was a really great time.
Yeah. It was it's the first time I've ever been involved with that. I thought it was pretty neat. My daughter even got to sit in here and watch it, a future politician. And,
Pete Cameron's also with us.
Pete Cameron, and he hates to talk. So it was fun to see that process. We noticed a couple of errors in some numbers,
It's minor.
but it didn't impact any results. But again, I just love that whole process. I just like,
Literally going through every single tape from each
and trying to
municipality
figure
to
out
look at
each
the
one
numbers.
with the board and making sure you're not double counting numbers and figuring out what the heck it means.
And I just have to add that Pete Cameron, God bless this man, with his own
Oh, yeah.
note card
Yep.
folded up about this big, with the names already written out of each candidate and each municipality and a separate one for the
Take it
referendum.
very
Very.
And
Excellent to learn.
seeing some of the write-ins was interesting.
The number of write-ins.
Awesome.
So
All right, so I think
I just want you to know when they were calling me and they're like, it's this number and then the scattering, I'm like, what's scattering this? Like, I literally was, oh, that's the write-ins, okay, now I know, I'm Googling the things, so.
we don't need to take action on it.
No, okay, and I think this is a great opportunity to welcome Brooke Oy, I think she's still.
I'd also like to take this time to say a big thank you to Craig, who this is his last meeting with us. I've learned a lot from your stay here, so for me, I just wanna say thank you for myself, because you've been a very knowledgeable person for me to bounce some ideas off of and chat with, so thank you.
Okay, talk real
Glad to do it.
And we all have you on our cell phones, so, and we know you're retired,
That's
so
right.
we're winning.
Some of us know where you live.
And I live right by you, so. Corey and I are a walk away.
Oh, boy. All right, item 10, aligning, developing, and supporting our staff. Item A is review and approve the summer school contracts.
This is the updated one without Micah listed out. So Micah's listed on there and he shouldn't be because he is, an employee 12 months, so that was an error. And staffing wise, historically, it's very similar to where we've been over the last few years, I think. Hold on 1 second, my computer's just spinning.
No, Chardonnay, stained glass.
She is lead-free.
Okay.
That's good.
Important.
It is. So historically, staffing for teachers, 2021, 38, 2022, 39, 2023, 37, 2024, 33. And support staff, 2021, 19, 2022, 23, 2023, 21, and 2024, 20.
So that was a lot of numbers. Are you telling me essentially it's about the same?
About the same. Less teachers, it's the least amount of teachers that we've had in the last 4 years. In some cases, some of the support people are gonna be in classes that are a little bit bigger because we didn't have enough staff. But that's creative scheduling through Terry and Julie, so that's really positive.
Are student numbers still?
We are just now beginning the registration, so
Oh, yeah, okay.
it has begun. As I say, it's a lot probably isn't, Jan doesn't let me say a lot. She likes
Sorry,
to-
Jan.
I'm over 130.
They're coming.
Yes.
They're coming. Yep.
Right, Jan, that's a lot.
A lot is more than 5.
Yes.
Responded.
Yes.
As always, impressed by the class selection. I love looking through it every year with my student and having them make their list of their top, and it's the greatest. It's such a blessing to our district to have such amazing staff that are willing to teach these skills and fun and hit all the genres from the reader to the bike rider to drama and everything else.
Well, as a student, it's also, really, really important. I think I learned so much during those pivotal years of my childhood, and then I always look forward to it every single year. So having that, I think, boosts morale as well as intellect throughout the year, so.
Well said.
I'll make the motion to approve the summer school contract.
All right, motion by Kaisa,
I'll second.
second by Corey. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed would be nay. That is approved. Item B is approve the 24-25 support staff compensation.
Don't all go at once.
No, Shannon, when you quickly at the end of committee made the recommendation on behalf of the admin, you had said 4%, that was 4% across the board, that relates to support staff.
Yep.
And CPI was what, did you say?
It's either 4.12 or 4.16.
Okay.
I can clarify that.
That's not,
Okay.
4 point,
Something, yeah.
alright.
Do you want to discuss or can I throw a motion?
Nope, throw a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the 4%
Motion by Kaisa,
for support staff.
I'll second.
second by Corey, any further discussion? My two
Is
things.
this, just to clarify, does this go into coaching and all that too, right? Or not?
Well, right now, this is just support staff, and then the teacher compensation would be next. There's
Coaching
two
schedules are different?
coaching
Right.
schedules are different, you have to approve
Yeah.
it separately.
Yep. Alright, any further discussion? Alright, anyone want a roll call vote? No, see, what?
I'm good.
Okay, alright, all those in favor say aye. Opposed would be nay. That is approved. Item C, approve the 24-25 teacher compensation.
I'll make a motion to 4% for the teacher compensation.
Motion by Kaisa,
I'll second.
second by Corey.
none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed to be nay. That is approved.
I just wanna say, but there's two groups that we have to talk about in closed session.
Correct.
So we're not leaving them off, we just have to have that discussion in closed session because of the ability to identify.
Correct. Thank you for that reminder.
Yep.
All right, item 11 is aligning and developing our facilities to best meet educational safety and security goals. Item A is review and approve the debt prepayment.
Again, this isn't necessarily approving the amount, it's just approving us to go forward to get that resolution. We'll send out that updated schedule. Jan will check on the interest for you. We just wanna get that resolution done and here for April 24th.
Is the motion go forward with the debt payment?
Motion by Jan,
Second.
second by Craig. Any further discussion?
So we were talking earlier in committee, we were talking about going forward with the survey and all that good stuff and the cost and that. This savings here affords us that, right?
Different funds.
Funds, okay.
Yeah.
I want to check.
Yep, Fund 39, just that, the survey would be Fund 10.
Good question. All right, any other further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed would be nay. That is approved. The next regular board meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, April 24th at 6:30 p.m. in the district office conference room. Thank you, Craig, for your last 11 months on the board.
Did a lot of work.
Anything you want to say?
No.
Okay,
Glad to be here.
all right. With that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn to executive session pursuant to Wisconsin statute 1985 1C, considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, individual contracts, and 118.223, which is the preliminary notice of non-renewal.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
There's a motion by Cory,
Second.
second by Jan, roll call, Craig.
Yep.
Jan.
Yes.
Kaisa. Cory.
Yes.
And myself. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.